live, y'all. I'm live. Oof. One second, y'all. 1 second. Is it no? This way. Should be this way, maybe. I'm getting it together, y'all. I'm getting it together. Should be this way. I hear my bunnies upstairs, so I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna do it that way. Okay, I'm gonna do it that way. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Won't He do it? There we go. You know. Let me see. Trying to get it together. Trying to get it together. Trying to get it together. So, the meaning for this live is I wanted you guys to get ready with me, as well as I wanted to do story time. My husband's phone. Hold that thought. Let me make sure that his volume's down. Yes, I have my husband's phone. It's okay though. He don't care. Ringer off. Volume down. Okay, so I wanted to do a story time with you guys, and I was listening to Sarah Jakes Roberts this morning, and you know, she activated me. You know, if you don't listen to Sarah Jakes Roberts, you need to go on YouTube or find any type of podcast platform and go utilize those platforms to go listen to Sarah Jakes Roberts, because she would definitely activate something that's inside of you. Good morning. She would definitely activate something that's inside of you. And today's message was about don't let your past hinder you. Let your past be the reason that you are activated. You know, let your past be the reason that it's going to boost you forward. Let your past be the reason that you take what you have learned and you go and you change somebody else's life. Let your past not hold you back. You know, and you have no fears for the future, because everything that you went through in your past is nothing more scarier than that. If you have overcome that, if you have overcome every obstacle, there's nothing to be scared about. So I wanted to tap into some things in my past that made me the person that I am today. But I got a long way to go. I got a long way to go. And why not start from the beginning? I feel like my story and my situation can help another young lady. I can only talk about my experience and what I've been through. I can't make up stories or try to relate to other people to try to, you know, get their perspective and then go and teach somebody else on something that I know nothing about. I can't do that. I can only tell my story. And I want to start from the very, very beginning. We are not born into the families that we pick. We don't line people up and say, I want this mom, I want that dad, I want this brother, I want that sister, you know, this cousin, this auntie. We don't pick our family. We take the family that we get, and we love them, and we learn from them, and we push forward, and we move on. And I used to blame my family and my past situations. I would blame those things on the reason why I can't accomplish certain things. I can't do that anymore. I can't let my past situations hold me back anymore. Just because my mother was this or my father did that, that doesn't affect who I am today in a negative way. I take that and I learn from it. So, moving forward, I was born into a marriage that wasn't my mother and father. I was born to two siblings that wasn't of my mother and father, meaning my father was already married. My father was already married with two kids that were 20 and 22 years old. Yeah, they were grown. My father had two grown kids and a wife when he met my mom. My mom had already had two kids. My brother was 16. My oldest brother was 16. My other brother was 8 when I was born. Two different fathers. My mom was never married. Surprisingly, my mom and my dad met in a club. And I say surprisingly because my father is not no club person. My father don't smoke. Well, he didn't smoke, drink, party. He didn't do any of those things. None of those things at all. And when I used to ask him, like, how was you in a club and you don't party? And he would honestly say, I was looking for women. I was picking up women. So yes, that's where he met my mom, in a club. And my father had a thing for women that were struggling, women that needed help, women that were beneath him. My father wanted to feel like he was needed. That was his biggest thing. And I mean, this came out of, this came from his mouth. As I got older, I started asking him questions. And yeah, this came from his mouth. And when you start to line things up and you start to look at things and notice things, you can see the pieces come together from what he's saying. So my mom, she didn't come from the best background, but my grandparents did the best that they can do. My mom was born in North Carolina. She grew up in Baltimore up until a teenager. Once she got pregnant at 15. She had my brother at 16. When she got pregnant, then my grandmother sent her to, live in New Jersey with the family in New Jersey. So that's how she ended up being in New Jersey. And, yeah. So she met my dad. My dad is 16 years older than my mom. A full 16 years. Babe, I'm on live, FYI. Okay. My dad is a full 16 years older than my mom. So, I guess that's considered what, a sugar daddy? I guess that's a sugar daddy, right? I believe that's your sugar daddy. So, as I'm doing my makeup, I'm trying to clean up as I go. So, I just put my moisturizer on. I just put my primer on. Well, I'm still putting my primer on. And if you don't know what a primer is to make sure that your makeup lasts all day and to protect your skin. It's the barrier between your skin and your makeup. So your primer, you have to make sure you have the right primer for your skin type. If you have an oily skin, you need a mattifying oil-free primer. If you have dry skin, you need a moisturizing primer. For dewy, make dewy so your skin's not so dry. Okay, moving on. So, my mom and dad was together for 6 years, supposedly. They both say this. They both did say the whole 6-year thing before my stepmother found out about it. But I, to this day, don't understand how someone can be with someone for 6 years and their husband, wife, significant other, whoever it is, does not know about it for the whole 6 years. Now, according to my mom, she says the reason that she didn't know is because my dad owned his own business. And when she used to call the house, my stepmom would pick up the phone and give my dad the phone, no matter what time it was, no matter what was going on. And let's say my mom called 2 o'clock in the morning and she wanted my dad to come over. He would use the excuse of, you know, this lady has a flat tire or whatever and he needs to go and fix it or whatever the case may be. So he made a way to go around it and to lie and be deceiving and all that other good stuff. But I feel like any woman would know. And I never got the opportunity to talk to my stepmother about it because my stepmother passed away when I was like 8, 9 years old. So I never got the opportunity to ask her any of those questions. I am looking for my brow mascara and I cannot, oh, bingo. And I never got the opportunity to ask her any of those questions. I did ask my sister, but again, you know, you want to hear it from the source, basically. You want to hear it from the person's mouth. So, who knows? Now, moving forward to when my mom was pregnant, my stepmother found out one day on a mall trip. Supposedly, one of my sisters knew and gave my stepmother the clue or the tip that my mom and dad was going to be in the mall. Now, again, I don't know how true this is. This is coming from my mom's mouth at this point. Gave my stepmom the tip that they was going to be in the mall, and my stepmom was in the mall with my sisters and ran into my mom and dad. And at this point, my mom is pregnant. How far along? I have no idea. I have no idea as to how far along my mom was. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I can only picture, because, okay, let's say you being a woman and you in a mall and you're married and you see your husband in the mall with another woman and she's pregnant with his baby, and supposedly you have no clue, or you have a little tiny clue, but there's no proof. How would you feel? So I don't know what kind of drama went on. I don't know if it was peaceful. I don't know anything. No, nobody never told me the full details, so I don't know anything. I do know that after I was born, my stepmom welcomed me with open arms into her home, because I was raised by my dad, and my stepmom took care of me as if she was my mom, with no malice, no, I didn't see the drama. I didn't see any type of hostility, arguments. I never seen any of that between my stepmom and my dad. I never seen them fight, argue. I never seen any of that. So, but I can only imagine me being a woman. Let me find out my husband. So I can only imagine. Whew. And how can you raise a baby that your husband had while you was married? Like, for all the married women out there, please answer that question for me. How would you feel if your husband had a baby while you're married? While you're married, would you help raise that baby, be a parent to that baby, have that baby live in your home? Like, how would you feel? Would you get a divorce? How would you feel? Because I've seen two sides. I have, a family member that had the same situation, and she got a divorce, but she still helped raise the baby, though. Like, my cousin, which is not my blood cousin, but she's my cousin lived with, my family for a long time, and that's my cousin, but she still got a divorce. So whatever. So if you're married, please be in the comments. I want to see your answers as to how would you feel. And even if you're not married and you're in a relationship, same thing. I want to know how you would feel about that situation. So to this day, even though my stepmom is not here, I give all praises to her, because that is a strong woman. That is a strong woman for doing what she did, because she didn't have to. She did not have to at all. To, wake up to me every morning and be reminded of what happened. Ah, moving on. So, I grew up with the mental of it's okay for a man to have multiple women. I grew up with that understanding. And that allowed me throughout my years of growing up being in relationships where if they cheated, I stayed. Because I thought it was okay. I thought that's what it was supposed to happen. I thought, I watched my dad do it. I watched my dad literally being at my mom. I lived with my dad. My mom was in another town, but still I would see my mom and I would still spend the night over there. So I would watch my dad sleep in the same bed with my stepmom and then go and sleep in the same bed with my mom. And that was normal to me. That was very much so normal to me. I knew no different. That was a normal household. I thought everybody's household was like that. I thought everybody had, two moms. I felt lucky. I felt real lucky. I had one mom that was a great mom that was like my best friend. And then I had the other mom that gave birth to me. And, she wasn't the best mom, but she was still my mom. So, yeah. And, I had siblings. I had two older sisters that I looked up to. And my oldest sister was a very much so a mom figure. She wasn't a big sister figure. She was very much so a mother figure to me. And to this day, she still is. And I thank her for that. Because she didn't have to. She could have just easily turned her back and didn't want anything to do with me. Because, again, she was 22 years old. So she didn't have to have any involvement with me being 22 years old. She could have went about her business when I was born. But that wasn't the case. I was raised a daddy's girl. Yes, I was all the way a daddy's girl. 100% a daddy's girl. My daddy couldn't do no wrong. He was Superman. He could do no wrong. I didn't care. And after my stepmom passed away, I didn't want my dad dating nobody. I didn't want my dad around my mom. My dad wasn't allowed to be around any woman at all. At all. I was so mean and hateful and evil. Oh my God, I was horrible. I was horrible to my mom. I was horrible to any woman I would see him with. Any woman that, needed his help. I was bad. I was supposed to be my dad's only woman. Literally. As a daddy's girl, anybody that's a daddy's girl, no. Literally, you're supposed to be your dad's only woman. So I was evil to everybody. But moving forward, the reason I was raised by my dad is because my mom still wanted to go out there and do what she wanted to do. She wasn't ready for kids. Even though she had 3 kids, she wasn't ready for these kids. She still wanted to have her fun, still wanted to rip and run the streets, still wanted to do whatever she wanted to do. So my dad, as any good dad would do, great dad would do, stepped up to the plate and said, well, I will have her full time while you do whatever you do. So even after my stepmom passed, it was me and my daddy. My sisters was gone, moved out already. From college to, my other sister was a professional dancer. So she was in California. So it was literally just me and my dad. And the way that he raised me was, she has her own mind. She can do what she wants to do. She can make her own decisions. And he would buy my love. literally by my love. Anything I wanted, I got it. No matter what it was. Anything I wanted. Anything. Every day was Christmas. Every single day. I'm trying to fix my brow. When it comes down to doing my brows, I can't multitask. So I'm talking and filling in my brows at the same time, and I'm over here messing up. I gotta concentrate. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. My brows and liner are the two things that I gotta concentrate in doing. I guess that's as straight as it's gonna get. That's as straight as it's gonna get, right? Yes. Okay. Do I need to move y'all higher? Is that better? Or is that no? No. That's not better. I'll just leave y'all right there. Okay, so I shaped my brow with NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Concealer, which is my favorite concealer. And I'm actually going to put that on my eyelids as well because I'm doing my eyeshadow first. I was supposed to come on here and do a Valentine's Day makeup look for you guys yesterday. And I was honestly asleep all day. You know, as a woman, it is around that time. So I was literally sleeping majority of the day. So I didn't get the opportunity to do my Valentine's Day look. So we're going to do it today. We're going to do it today. And as y'all see, I cut my hair. Well, I cut it on camera. Y'all see me cut it on camera. If y'all didn't, it's on my page somewhere. I went live and cut my hair. So I feel like that's not light enough. Where is my, here we go. So I'm going to take my LA Colors Jumbo Pencil because it's in white. And I'm going to add it. And I honestly should have did this before I chose to use concealer. Because I want to use some pinks today. You know, the typical Valentine's Day look. And it's good to have a pure white base. Okay, so where was I? Where was I? Oh, being a daddy's girl and didn't want anybody to date my dad. Okay, so with me growing up by myself, I learned to be very selfish, and that carried on to my adulthood. As well as the whole mind state of, well, not mind state, the whole lack of learning came from there. Me being my own teacher. So me being by myself and didn't have anybody, any real adult to really talk to, I had to be my own teacher, and my peers had to be my teachers. That wasn't always a good thing. That wasn't always a good thing. So we're going to move on to the peer aspect. I used to listen to my friends talk about sex. Yeah. I used to listen to all my friends talk about sex. Is this the right one? Do I want to use this one? Yeah, I think I want to use this one. And with listening to them, I thought they were doing it. Now, just because I thought they was doing it doesn't mean I was going to go out there and do it. It just means when the opportunity came, I thought it was okay to do it. And when, after I did, and I went back to my friends and told them about it, they was like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? We didn't even do it. And I'm like, yeah, but you did. You told me you did. They lied. They lied. Being kids, they lied. Yeah, you have the same look. You have the exact same look. But you know you want to add some pieces to it. You can add some pieces to it. It's actually shorter than what I wanted to do. Babe, when you get a chance, can you bring me one dry paper towel and one wet paper towel? When you get a chance, can you bring me one dry paper towel and one wet paper towel? I wanted it faded here. And keep this part dark with a little bit of hair here. But I cut it too short. Me being scissor happy, I cut it too short. And I mean, y'all seen that on... Okay. I need to go back in that white. Because it's not potent enough. So, I'm going to take this white and put some more just on my lid. I thought you was going to have my tissue.
I just scrubbed my hands. I was just in the toilet bowl.
Oh, excuse me. I just heard the water. He was in a toilet bowl. Thank you. And I wanted it colored. I wanted to do burgundy with pink tips, but I would have to bleach it to do that, and I was not gonna bleach my hair, y'all. I can't preach to my clients about healthy hair, and then I turn around and do the opposite. So no. So it's blue black. So it's black, but in the sun it looks blue. Okay. But you know, they got the color paint that I'm going to try out. I'm going to put some color paint on my tips. Some like hot pink or something like that. Just on the tips to try to play around with some color. When I'm going to do that, I have no idea. Me and this dry hair. I got all my edges, y'all. And just because it's cut down short don't mean I don't got them. Anywho, moving on. Where is my... Do I have pink in this palette? I'm just so excited about this palette. For Christmas, my husband bought me this palette. It is pink in here. The Too Faced, I'm celebrating 20 years of being fabulous palette. We're going to get back on topic in a second. So, this is 1998 when Too Faced first started with those colors. And then as of 2018, they revamped the same colors. So... yes, they made the colors better. Thank you, Papa. You about to start breakfast? Yeah. Yay! My husband make the best pancakes, y'all. The best pancakes. Okay, so the influence of your peers, because while I'm thinking it's okay because they said this, that, and the third, I was dumb enough to listen to what they were saying, and they wasn't doing it. So that's how much peers can influence you. Ugh, not always a good thing. Not always a good thing. Okay, I'm going to take my flat brush, my flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to go in... I'm going to do a light pink first. Let's see. I'm going to do a light pink. You got to make sure you get all your creases. Get your creases together. So you want to pat the product on your lid. You don't want to wipe. You want to pat. Pat, 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 pat. So this is a pink, but it has some purple undertones. This very much so has a lot of purple undertones. So you want to pat, 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 pat. Let's see. I'm trying to get it where y'all see me real well. No, that's not gonna work. Okay. Is that better for y'all? Let me know if that's a little bit better. Pat, 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 pat. Pat, pat, pat. So the lack of teaching in the household resulted in the teaching of outside of the household. Thinking what your peers say was gold, what your peers say was the truth. Because I didn't know any different. You know, my dad didn't sit me down. My dad didn't sit me down and say, okay, no, you don't do this. You don't do that. You don't listen to this. This is the way that you're supposed to conduct yourself. Your body is your temple. You know, say that whole save yourself for marriage speech. Nobody conducted that. Nobody told me that things wasn't supposed to be the way that they are. I mean, my sister, ever since I was like, I would say like 10, she used to say it's okay to have a boyfriend. And she used to be like, you know, if you want a boyfriend, let me know. I'll take you guys to the movies. And, you know, so she gave that whole spill on it's okay. But that's about it. Even down, let's say, even down to being a young woman and, you know, you getting your period for the first time. My father had to take me next door. We had a nurse that lived next door. He had to take me next door, and she gave me a basket. I think she either bought it or she created the basket for me. But it was a basket with a VHS tape at the time, and a pamphlet, and some pads, and some tampons, and like these feminine wipes, you know, and then I was supposed to take the basket home and watch the movie. I'm really not liking this eyeshadow. Is not as potent as I want it to be, so what do I have? 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 My professional kit is upstairs, so I'm not even gonna go on that. I guess we're gonna try concealing and go back over it, because I don't like it's gonna completely change the outcome of the color, but it's worth the try. And what you do to one eye, you gotta automatically try it on the other eye. Okay, let's see how that's gonna work out. Where is my eyeshadow brush? I just had it. Oh, right here. So let's go back in with the color and let's try it. You okay, baby?
Yeah.
How you feeling in there?
Oh, I'm cold. Got the drain line open.
So it was my hair?
Yeah.
I'm bald-headed.
It was all head. Clogged up.
Okay, so that made it pop a lot more, even though it's not the same exact pink as what we started with. It still made it pop. It gave it a tan undertone though, instead of a purple undertone. So that's why it's always good to start off with the white base if you want the exact color of the eyeshadow. It's always good to start off with the exact base. Now the reason I didn't do my foundation, because y'all know normally when I do my makeup looks, I always do my foundation first, because it'd be a quick and easy makeup look. Today is not a quick and easy makeup look, so we're doing a lot of eyeshadow, a lot of blending, and with that you get a lot of fallout. you get a lot of fallout. So you want to blend, 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 blend. Ooh. You don't want to know where one color starts and one color ends. So I got a little missing piece right here. Okay, now I'm going to move into a darker pink, and I'm going to use another brush. I'm gonna take this little flat little dense brush right here, and I'm gonna go into the brighter pink. And pop that in the crease and on the outer V. So it's adding layers. Hey Talib, it's adding layers. Babe, Talib in here.
What's up, Brody?
Ooh, look at that. How you been, Talib? What's going on? What's new? How's everything? So when you gradually build your colors, it's the ombre. So it's like a fade into another color. So some people be like, but I can't tell the difference in the two colors. Yeah, you can. As it slowly builds, it slowly gets darker. It slowly gets darker. So as a makeup artist, you could tell. You could tell the difference. And me looking right here in this camera, you see how it's light or bright, and then it slowly gets a little darker right here. That's what we want. That's exactly what we want. Babe, do we have vegan sausages or no?
Nah.
Okay. So you just doing your famous eggs and pancakes?
No, I'm just doing pancakes.
Without your famous eggs?
Yeah, because these gonna be big pancakes.
Okay. Ooh la la. Okay, blend, 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 blend. I'm losing focus, y'all. Okay, I like that. Moving on, need another brush. I'm gonna take an even smaller brush, but more fluffier. And we're gonna go into a purple. So this purple has glitter in it. And again, we're building. So we're gonna go right above because we're gonna put a darker purple underneath it. So we're gonna go right above and create a V. So that's why I am pulling my eye. So what I'm doing now is creating the outline for my fake crease. I don't have a real crease because I have a hooded lid. So I'm creating my crease. And this is just the outline for my crease. Like that, see? I'm gonna do the other side. Now, this looks horrible. And the reason I say horrible is because I want you guys to know what blending means. So, you see how you see that sharp line right there? You don't want to see that sharp line. You don't. So, when we get done, you won't be able to see that sharp line. Do the same thing for the other side. Hey, Alyssa.
Alexa, what's up, white chocolate?
You hear Keem? He said, what's up, white chocolate? What you over there doing? Again, you're creating that V in the crease that you're creating. So you're making the V to create your illusion of a crease. And you want to blend, 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 blend. You want to blend, 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 blend. So I'm going back into, where is my brush, my fluffy brush that I had earlier. My little fluffy brush. And I'm going to blend the outer edge. Blend, 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 blend. Now, I'm going to go in with a darker purple. And go directly under that purple I just did into my little crease socket and push. Push. And push. Take the brush we just used for the other purple and blend. So it's all about creating layers and going back and forth. So you're going to be going back and forth with a lot of brushes. A lot. See? Same thing with the other side. So if you want that good eyeshadow look, you definitely have to go back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. Now we gotta go back in that pink we had. Because you don't want to know where one color starts and one color ends. Babe, will you ever do my makeup again?
Huh?
Would you ever do my makeup again? A makeup video? Blend, blend, blend.
Told you before, it's something different.
You was actually pretty good at it. And when you think somebody not paying attention, they be paying
You
attention.
do it every day. How can I not pay attention?
Okay, so now we're gonna take a, where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Where is my little, okay. We're gonna take a light color. Which one do I wanna use? I'm gonna take a gold and pop that on the inside. And then I'm going to take a silver. Put that right in the corner. Your fingers are your best tools. I just dip my finger back in that pink. Your fingers are your best tools. Okay, so Again, we're building, so now I'm going to add a black. I'm going to go in with the black. There we go. Hold on one second, you guys.